everybody, I am Sarah in Miss Maggier's second grade class, and today I'm going to read This Moose Belongs to Me. This moose belongs to me. Wilfred owned a moose. He hadn't always owned a moose. The moose came to him a while ago, and he just knew that it was meant to be his. He thought he would call him Marshall. He began following Marshall, explaining the rules of how to be a good pet. Much of the time, it seemed as though the moose wasn't listening, but Wilfred knew he was, mostly because he followed Rule 4 very well, not making too much noise while Wilfred plays his record collection. Sometimes the moose wasn't a very good pet. He generally ignored Rule 7, going whichever way Wilfred wants you to go. The moose had a very good sense of direction, and Wilfred did not. And because the moose was particularly poor on Rule 7, maintaining a certain proximity to home, Wilfred quickly learned to bring some string along on their outings so he could find his way back again. Sometimes the moose was an excellent pet. He had no trouble with Rule 11, providing shelter from the rain, or Rule 16, knocking down things that are out of Wilfred's reach. One day, as Wilfred discussed their plans for the coming year on a particularly long walk, he made a terrible discovery. Someone else thought she owned the moose. "Rodrigo, you're back!" Wilfred was dumbstruck. This moose was Marshall, not Rodrigo. The old lady was mistaken, and Wilfred thought it only proper that he corrected her. "This moose belongs to me," he explained. There's the old lady. And to prove, he called Marshall Heel. But the moose did not respond. He seemed more interested in the old lady. "Good one to go." "Fine!" Embarrassed and injured, Wilfred rushed off for home. But in his haste and miles from anywhere, he tripped over his string and got tangled up. And there he lay. Wilfred was beginning to get a little bit worried. It was getting late and the monsters would be out soon. He had just ruled out the last of his options when along came the moose. And performed Rule 73 brilliantly, rescuing your owner from perfectly positions. I just think he's trying to get the apple. And was forgiven, and perhaps Wilfred admitted he never really owned the moose anyway. With that in mind, he and the moose reached a compromise that the moose would agree to all Wilfred's rules.
Compromise?
Whenever it suited him. "Dominic, you're back! And you brought me an apple!" Uh-oh. Bye, everybody.